Hey guys, welcome back in the Rover Sports. One of my last videos for the night. Wanted to congratulate the Atlanta Falcons on a really big win against New Orleans. I look at the Saints and Drew Brees. That was a great play by I believe his name's Deion Jones there, that linebacker. Heck of a play to win the football game for the Falcons. And Matt Ryan, give him credit. He played a really ugly football game, 3 interceptions. He was able to hit Sanu in the back of the end zone. Atlanta's going to be a very dangerous team. And looking at their schedule, let's see if Atlanta can get tripped up. They play the Falcons, then they play the Saints. Wow, that's going to be a great game on the 24th there. That's going to be a really exciting game on that Sunday, and I believe they'll beat Tampa Bay. So, and then they play the Panthers at home. That could be for a position in the wild card, especially if Carolina loses to the Vikings. That could be a huge wild card game. So the last 2 games of the year for Atlanta are just going to be huge. I look at New Orleans. New Orleans plays the Jets. They're squarely in the playoffs. I think that the Saints will probably, with a healthy Kamara, will probably beat Atlanta. Now, the one way Atlanta can win on the road is if Freeman and Coleman can run, and also that front four of Grady Jarrett and the guy Claiborne, Vic Beasley. That's what's really going to separate them, and their corner play just has to get better. Their linebackers are not that good. So you look at Atlanta right now, and I love Dan Quinn, and Dan Quinn tonight got a huge win. So Atlanta's a dangerous team. Now, who's a more dangerous road team? I would probably lean Drew Brees and the Saints, but I see Drew Brees and the Saints playing a home game, and then that might leave you with Atlanta going to play on the road. But either way, the NFC South is a really dangerous division. And I look at Carolina. If Carolina loses, then I think that Seattle will probably get in, and then you'll have the strongest NFC in a long time with the Rams, Eagles, Vikings, Saints, Falcons, and Seahawks. Or even Cam Newton is not an easy. No one would be an easy out in the NFC. The AFC is totally different. You have Tennessee, Jacksonville. You're going to get the winner of the West, which maybe might be the Chargers. You'll get the Ravens. I don't know if I think I listed a lot of the teams, but there's a lot of mediocre teams. That conference, though, like the NFC, there could be some sleepers coming in, especially the Chargers and the Ravens. So here we go. NFL picks for the Week 14 matchups. And I'm going to go against the spread this week, guys, and do a little pick video. And really excited for the game. So first we got Dallas and the Giants. Giants are getting 4 points. I really like the Giants in this spot. I think the Giants win this game outright. So much momentum and confidence with Spagnuolo now at the helm. The bad guy, the witch is dead, Ben McAdoo. That place will be an emotional, roller coaster. That place will be an emotional arena there at MetLife Stadium. And I think that game's going to be great. Actually, a very watchable game. And I think Giants fans, the pride of the New York Giants, fans will show up. I think it'll be under 41.5 points. Pretty predictable on that. I think the Giants win an ugly game 16-10 and beat Dak Prescott. Interesting line here. Brett Hundley against Deshaun Kaiser. The Packers are only getting 3.5 points. I'm going to give it to Green Bay, but I think it's going to be like 23-20. Sashi Brown is fired, and Hugh Jackson, I should maybe make another video on that. Hugh Jackson, for some odd reason, I have no idea why, but for some reason, he is still the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. I'll take Cleveland in the under there. That's very telling that it's only a 3.5 point spread. Another game that I'm really surprised on that I think I'm going to jump on is San Francisco getting 3 points at Houston. This would be a terrible loss to lose to Tom Savage. This defense needs to play hard, and unless they're tanking, there is no way that the Niners with Reuben Foster, Solomon Thomas, DeForest Buckner, the guys inside with now, Reed playing really, really well. I think now that the 49ers should easily win this game, should sack Tom Savage at will. The Texans are reeling. They're a defense that could be had. Kevin Johnson isn't having that good of a season. Merciless is hurt. J.J. Watt is hurt. They're a team that's freaking done. And I really look at this game, and I know Will Fuller might play, so that might be a tough matchup for Witherspoon. But I expect Eric Reed to have a big game, and Jimmy G, Trent, and Marquise, and Carlos Hyde. I fully expect the Niners. I have confidence in the Niners to win this football game outright, okay? So that is my pick there. Let's go with the Niners. And then Chicago versus Cincinnati. The spread is very telling, 6.5 points for Cincinnati. This is a game where I don't think Chicago has the maturity and the confidence and the wherewithal and Chicago just doesn't win these games on the road. They don't really beat, AFC North opponents in Cincinnati. It's going to be one of the ugliest games of the week. I see Mitchell Trubisky in that offense not having a lot of success against an angry Bengals team. I know it was a very emotional game, but I don't see Trubisky and Dontrell Inman putting up enough numbers in this game to win. I see Jordan Howard really getting stuffed by a front four, a front seven that's actually pretty good. And I don't see the Bears and Dale Loggins moving it at all. It's going to be an ugly game. The Bears defense will keep them in check. The 38 is very accurate for the over-under. I would definitely stay away from this game because it could be Bengals by 4 or Bengals by 10, and I'm going to take Cincinnati there plus the points. But the Bengals are going to win this game. Even when the Bills played the Bengals, it is a little hard to go in for a 1:00 game in the Cincinnati, and you just have to be a team that's won there before for you to really have confidence. Interesting game here on the board. I think probably one of the best games of the weekend is Minnesota and Carolina. And a lot of people want to roll with Carolina, and I've gone back and forth on this pick. But I look at Minnesota's defense, and I think that the Minnesota defense is just that elite. Case Keenum will make enough plays. He won't turn the football over. Cam Newton, where are the explosive plays going to happen? Devin Funchess needs to step up. McCaffrey needs to step up. I'm going to go with the Vikings and the points. It's a very emotional game. Coming off of an emotional game for Carolina and Minnesota for that matter. But I'm going to go with the Vikings here on the road. They are getting favored. It's a pretty good line that Vegas set out. I'll take Minnesota to win that game. Oakland and Kansas City. One of these days, Kansas City's going to hit the switch. This is really my pick of the week. I think the Chiefs will come back and take control of this division. They have 2 games at home. That Chargers-Chiefs game's going to be great. Might even try to see if I could somehow get to Arrowhead for that game, because that's going to be fantastic. Saturday night football. The Chiefs are going to start rocking. They're going to rock the Oakland Raiders. I'm not a believer at all in Oakland. Oakland's just skating by right now. Derek Carr doesn't do well on the road. This is my lock of the week. Kansas City's offense finally came to life, and I know a lot of people will be saying that McCown put up big numbers and that KC's defense is starting to waver, but it's really good news that Alex Smith was able to get back on great footing, so all the Mahomes chatter will stop. Mike Nagy is calling plays now for Kansas City. Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, that offense will start to hum, and they will rock the Oakland Raiders. I think 31-17 at least. Kansas City, I'm still with you. And Kansas City, even in the postseason, I think that the Chiefs can go ahead, and I think they're going to beat the Chargers and win the West, at least win a playoff game. They will be fine, and they will have a date with the Steelers or the Patriots, where that will be a fantastic divisional game in the postseason in the playoffs. Jets favored by 1 over the Denver Broncos with Vance Joseph. Going to go against my man, Jets Central. The Jets lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a tough spot for them on the road in Denver. Even though Denver has sucked, Denver went down to Miami and laid a complete egg. Denver has been awful and been reeling. Trevor Siemian's going to come up with enough offense. That Jets offense is going to go really vanilla on us. John Morton and everything. I might take the under in this game, the 41, and I really like the Denver Broncos here in this spot with Trevor Siemian the win and pretty much eliminate hope. It's a classic Jets letdown loss. The Jets are too good to tank and actually get a great player, but they are not legitimately a good football team. A letdown game, and the Jets, unfortunately for Jet Central, will lose this game. Chargers and the Redskins. I like San Diego. I like the LA Chargers here. A lot of momentum. Washington just got pounded by the Cowboys. However, Washington always comes out of nowhere and sneaks out of nowhere and makes it a ball game. So Washington's very good at bouncing back. They'll cover the 6, but I'm going to take the Chargers in the football game. Tennessee and Arizona. Really important game for the future of Blaine Gabbert here. Very winnable game. I'm going to go with the Arizona Cardinals. Tennessee struggling here. They're favored by 3 on the road. I am going to take Arizona, and Arizona's going to win this game outright. I know that this pick video is going on a little bit. I got about a couple more minutes here for the picks, and we're finally to the meat of the NFL picks. We got Seattle and Jacksonville. I think this will be a fantastic game. Jacksonville is favored by 3. The over-under in this game is 40 points. So that's decently accurate. I think it'll go under. I think it'll be a really, really ugly football game. I am going to take the Seattle Seahawks. I was shown a lot by Russell Wilson last week. It's December football. They're playing really well. It's a 4:25 game, prime time, and Blake Bortles won't have answers against the secondary. Fournette's going to get stood up by Richardson and Bennett and Averill. They're not going to be able to run the football. Bobby Wagner's playing at an incredible level. It's a terrible matchup for the Jacksonville Jaguars. How can they move the ball against Seattle? And then you look at Russell Wilson. I know Calais Campbell's a talent. I know Puzzleski. I know Telvin Smith. This is a great Jaguar defense, but Russell Wilson is certainly an equalizer with his legs, and Russell Wilson will generate a lot more offense on that side of the football than Blake Bortles. He'll at least make splash plays, at least make special plays. I am going with the Seattle Seahawks on the road. And then finally, a game that you guys, the game will all be waiting for, 4:25 on CBS, I believe it is. It is the LA Rams hosting the Philadelphia Eagles, and I have the LA Rams. This is a huge game for the Eagles and their Super Bowl chances. If they lose this game to LA and the Vikings win against Carolina, the Eagles will then be pushed till the 3rd seed in the NFC. They will lose home field advantage. They will lose a bye, Still might have a home game because they're the NFC East champions. So I'm going with the Rams in this game. Todd Gurley, Jared Goff. I think that the Rams D will play well, play solid. It'll be like the Rams-Saints game. But it's just going to be an enjoyable game. The Eagles have to run the football if they want to win this game. Baltimore and Pittsburgh. I see the Ravens actually winning this game, but I'm not convinced. It could go either way. The spread is 4.5, and I think that it's a 3-point game either way. It's a coin toss, but I'm going to go with Baltimore on the road. And then New England, Miami, not a fun game at all. Take, I guess, the points and the Patriots -11. A really, really bad Monday Night Football game. Almost as bad as I think, if I recall. Well, it was just like Texans-Ravens, which was not a good game either. So, another primetime game for the Dolphins. Thank you guys for joining. Comment on what you think of my picks. And take care, guys. Alrighty.